Okay, so today you have been set some adding and subtracting of fractions, and that is usually pretty straightforward, unless, of course, the denominators are different. And then you do have to do something to be able to add those two fractions together or take them away before you actually begin your operation. So if you need to add or subtract fractions, and they have those different denominators, like my example does, you cannot do this without changing either one or both of them first. You cannot add thirds and quarters together. It's like trying to add apples and oranges together. It can't be done. What you can do is you can change what you are changing them to. You can change the name of what you are adding and subtracting. So what I'm going to do using my apples and oranges is I'm going to change them both to fruit, because that is something that they have in common with each other. They are both types of fruit. And we can add and subtract pieces of fruit together to get the amount that we have all together or left over really easily. So when that comes to fractions, this is what it looks like. We have to look for something they have in common. And that means looking for the lowest common denominator. That means the number that is a multiple of both our denominators, and the ideal number is the one that is the smallest that you can find that they have in common. So thinking about the multiples for the denominators, my multiples of 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm going to stop there because I know that 12 is going to come up in my multiples of 4. So I don't need to carry on doing my multiples of 3 till I get to 333, because I'm looking for that lowest one. Maybe do a few of each at a time. So here's my multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16. And as you can see, I've got the multiple 12 in both of those times tables. So I can use that. 12 is now my fruit. So 12 is my amount that I'm now going to be thinking about. It's now the number that is lowest common denominator between them both. And I can now use it to carry out that calculation after I change my thirds to 12s and my quarters to 12s. So this is how we do that. We have to change our thirds and our 12s. And I'm going to use my times table knowledge to help me with that. So I need to think first, what number do I have to multiply 3 by to get to 12? You can also do your inverse calculations and think, right, how many 3s are in 12? What's 12 divided by 3? And you will find that it is 4, or it's multiplying by 4 to get to 12. So with this fraction, I need to do multiply by 4. So I do the same to the numerator. 2 times 4 is 8. This is all about finding equivalent fractions, which we have done lots of and you know really, really well. So 2/3 is the equivalent to 8/12. That fraction is now done. My apples have now been changed into fruit. We've got 8/12. And then I'm going to look at my second fraction. Again, what do I multiply 4 by to get to 12? Or how many 4s are in 12? 3. So multiplying by 3 is how I'm going to get that new numerator on the bottom. So 3 times 3 is going to be 9. Nice and easy. So this is now my new version of my calculation. I've got 8/12, add 9/12. Nice and easy, can do that. And I get 17/12. That is correct. That is mathematically correct. It's fine to leave it like that. But looking at the fraction we have now made, can you see how we've made an improper fraction? So we've now got an improper fraction where the numerator is larger than denominator. So you can convert it. You can leave it, it's totally fine to do that, but you can also convert it to a mixed number just to prove that you know inside and out exactly what you need to do with those fractions. So my little diagram below shows I've got all my 17/12, got 17 pieces. The first 12 of those make one whole. They are 12 out of 12. It's that one basket of fruit which only held 12. So that's my one whole. And then I had some pieces left. Count how many pieces I've got left. Got 5. Got 5 out of the next 12 left. 5/12 left. So that fraction becomes 1 and 5/12 as a mixed number. So don't forget, write out your calculation. Easy. Look for the lowest common multiple for both denominators by writing out multiples and seeing which number appears first in both lists. This number is going to become your new denominator for both. This is your new fruit. Use your times table knowledge to work out how to get from the old denominator to the new denominator, and then do the same to the numerator. Do that for both fractions. So you do that on one side, and then you do that to the other side. You will multiply both sides by a different amount, and that is fine. That is a good thing. You may even see any patterns in that while you're doing that. And then now you can add or subtract your fractions easily. If you can create an improper fraction, you can convert it to a mixed number by looking for how many wholes can you make, how many amounts of that new denominator have you got, and then what else have you got left over. And if you need any other help, please give me a shout. You know where I am. Have fun. Bye.